Morning. Had a decent night. It was actually nice speaking to Brad last night, someone else on the TransAm. He told me that there's a horrible road for 20 miles on the way out of here to get to the next town with a very small shoulder. So there is this trail which runs parallel to the road. So I'm hoping that works out. There is some gravel on it, but these tyres should be okay. We're going to find out. The last 20 miles into this town last night were horrible. The shoulder was too small. If there's a sensible alternative that's safer and doesn't deviate far from the route, then I'll go for it. It's 8 o'clock. I need to start getting up earlier, I think. I'm just missing good parts of the day, but it's nice and cool at the moment, so let's go. The trail was too rough, these tyres weren't up to it, so I'm back on the road. So I'm just gonna get this done as quickly as possible. So many of these towns are like this. They're like museums, the whole town, which I like. What I didn't like was that ride. Let's see, that was 25 miles. 534 meters of ascent into a headwind on the worst road on the trail so far. I mean, there was no shoulder and there were trucks flying past. That was just hideous. Way worse than I expected. Sun. Root beer. It looks like it's like 40 miles gradual downhill now. So that would be good. Right, got a few jobs done, got some food, went to the Family Dollar, got some stuff for tonight. Hopefully there's a bigger shoulder. We're going to find out. There's probably not a lot of footage from today, definitely not from this morning. You don't want to be messing around with cameras on busy roads. You need your wits about you, so I think I've got a bit more of that to come. But there we go. We will see, won't we? This is better so far. It's a very slight descent, but I've got a headwind, so it just feels like riding on the flat, but I'll take it. If it was like this for the rest of the day, I would be happy. I've had a headwind all the way down. I'm knackered. Yep, my second motel. It's not too bad. This is day 15 or something. Today, I'll be honest, just had nothing going for it. My nerves were wrecked this morning on that no shoulder ride. Then I had that ride this afternoon into the headwind through all those roadworks, and it was just not good. There was not a lot to see. There's not a lot of footage. I got into town and I thought about camping, and I saw this motel and it was $70, so it's just like, yeah. And it's 5 o'clock, which means I've got time to enjoy it, you know? Put the aircon on, go and get some drinks, maybe watch a bit of telly, have a shower, do my laundry, and upload all my footage. But this is cool. $70? What more do you need? It's an awesome little place. And this is quite a nice little town, Riggings. So I'm going to go out now and just get something from the store and then come back here. My rule is if I do a hotel, I don't eat out. I don't understand why everything is so much cheaper than on the Divide. I mean, everything, the food, the hotels. So this is going to be a cheap trip compared to that anyway. I bought fruit and vegetables because that's all I want. I'm just not hungry, but all I want is fruit. Obviously, I'm lacking it and my hunger hasn't kicked in yet. It's so weird how you can do this much and not be hungry. I'm forcing myself to eat. I know it will come, but I don't know why it happens every time. I should be used to it. And there we go. Fruit will do. 61.2 miles, 545 meters of elevation. So there we go. So I recorded lots of footage, all in slow motion, so this is a voiceover. I had a day off yesterday, was feeling a little bit, I don't know, not feeling great, and also just thought it was a good idea to rest my legs, so I had a nice day off, didn't do a lot. Now today back out, still feeling a little bit rough, maybe a little bit worse, but I'm going to keep moving anyway because I have to. I can't just sit around doing nothing. So today the roads are nice and quiet. The whole landscape has changed. It's like it got to rigging and then the road went from being awful to wonderful. But there's only one road. So what I want to know is, where did all the cars and the trucks go? I just don't understand how a road can go from busy to quiet when there's no turn-offs. I don't know. Whatever. This is so much nicer. Everything about today is better than the day before yesterday. It's nice riding in this shade, in the shade of these mountains. I know that much. Right, we're off the main road. That was the easy 28 miles for the day. Now for this big pass. Just over 500 meters to go. And I think this is called Hell's Pass. It's not as bad as the name would suggest. I've got a steady pace going. It's now 34 degrees. It's warming up. But I think I'm going to get it done before it gets to the hottest part of the day, which is nice. Right, that climb's done. And I'm glad. I've got about 5 miles now to get to a place called Grangeville. I think there's no smoke around here. And yeah, I feel very short of breath. So I think I've got something, but it's all downhill now. So I'm going to get into Grangeville, get some cold drinks, and then figure out where I'm going to stay for tonight. So just stopped in Subway, got a bit of lunch. There's a place called Stites about 18 miles away, and it looks like you can camp in the city park behind the grocery store. So two things, there's camping and there's a grocery store, so I should be able to get some supplies and things, water, etc. So yeah, I think I'm going to head on till Stites and then see. I mean, there's another place a little further on, but if I'm honest, I think Stites will probably be far enough. I'm obviously not feeling perfect. I don't feel bad, but yeah, maybe I shouldn't push it. All these roads, or this whole road here from wherever I was to wherever I'm going, it's all really wavy roads, which would be great with a tailwind, but I've got a headwind, so I'm having to pedal up each one. I'm not going to complain because it's keeping me cool. That breeze is nice. This is where I'm staying tonight. I hope there's a store open. The grocery store here is closed permanently by the looks of things. I'm going to go and have a look. So, just been in that bar, had a Caesar salad, trying my best to get some vegetables into me. I feel better for it. Might be that, or it might be the beer I had as well, who knows. But to me, this is the best of America. I love this town and all towns like it. It's tiny, it's in the middle of nowhere, it's next to a river, little bar. I'm now going to set my tent up. Yeah, probably have an early night because I don't feel great, as you can probably tell. Some sort of mild sort of cold virus. There we go. Time for bed. 8:15. 70 miles for today. 1150 meters. But yeah, it's pretty good, I think. That's a decent sized day for me. I have no idea where I'm going tomorrow. I think there's a stretch where I need to be conscious of water. It's uphill, gradual, and then there's a big climb and a descent, I think, to get to Missoula. Missoula is going to be interesting because that's where the ACA headquarters are. I'm definitely going to pop in there. That's the plan. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. I had a good night. I woke up coughing a couple of times, but not as bad as the previous night. I was just about to work out what I was going to do today because I think it's a little tricky. There's a town called Lowell in about 30 miles. From there's a climb and not much, so I think I'm going to have to load up with water in Lowell. I'm saying I've been working all this out. I was going to, and then I opened my email to everything I needed to know in an email from Bob, who I'm meeting in Missoula or Hamilton. But I mean, how cool is that? So thank you, Bob. Time to go. It's 7:30, a little earlier than normal. Still not early enough. That was Kuski. I was going to stop for a coffee, but I don't need one really. Maybe in the next town. Just as I said that, I heard the climb sound was only 16 meters. I think I'm on that road for the whole 99 miles. If it's like this, I'll be very happy. And I think it is. Wow, this is just awesome today. It's just such a nice ride. It looks like the winds are blowing northwards, so I might have a tailwind for summer today. I'm riding southwards now, but I know the trend is north. We're in Lowell, hoping this cafe's open. I need water, and I would eat if it is. Success. Ordered some food. I'll get them to fill up my water and get as far up this climb as I can. That was useful, good stop. So there's no water now for 60 miles or so, so I filled both my water bottles. I've got this bladder thing here with 3 litres. Yeah, I think I'm just going to ride on for as far as I want now. This is just glorious. I can't think of a better word. Very slight uphill, but you don't really notice it. It's just gorgeous. I mean, I want to film the whole thing, but obviously I can't. It's just stunning. And pretty good prospect for finding a campsite on this river tonight. And the thought of just sitting in there, cooling off, Just sounds so good. And then, you know, if it's an early camp, what better place to do it? Oh. I've been thinking of this all day. This is awesome. I'm definitely going to stay here. I kind of thought about riding on, but I'm just going to sit here and relax for the afternoon. It's probably a good idea to have this cold water on my legs as well. It's weird. So I get to about 60 miles and my legs are good and everything is good. I could go on, but I think I just get bored. I think I'm bored of cycling at 60 miles. I just don't want to cycle more, and that's it. I will do if I need to press on or to get somewhere, but 60 miles. And that's today on this beautiful trail. So it's not when it's just roads or when it's a bit boring. It's been absolutely stunning. This has been one of the best days riding on the whole trip. But there is more to do on this TransAm than ride your bike, and this is one of those things. So I'm just working out tomorrow, next couple of days actually. It looks like from here there's 34 miles before I can get some water at Loxa Lodge. Then to get to the peak, so there's a bit of a climb, which is at 48 miles from here. And then at 55 miles from here, we have Lolo Hot Springs, where there's a campsite. So that could be an option. The two words hot springs are appealing. And then 79 miles from here, we have Lolo itself. And 92 miles, we have Missoula. So I want to go to the ACA headquarters, but it's going to be Sunday tomorrow. So I'm thinking, get up early, get out, get to that lodge at 34 miles, pick up water, then do the peak, get to 55 miles at the hot springs, maybe stay there, and then the next day, which will be Monday, just get into Missoula. I think it's all pretty much downhill. So that would be 38 miles from the hot springs downhill. I bet you I'd be in Missoula nice and early. But this is what you got to do. You just got to plan it out roughly and then be prepared to adapt. Anyway, you're probably thoroughly bored by that. But this is the thing. It's not all beautiful views and cycling footage. There's admin. Admin, I tell you. And if I've got to do it, you've got to listen to it. For dinner, we're going to have rice and pasta blend with peppers and sweet tomato sauce with tuna. There you go. See what it tastes like. Really not bad. These no rice sides, perfect for this. I mean, I could be more creative than tuna, but it's still good. So even though it's early, I'm going to eat this. I'm going to get in my tent. I'm going to listen to my audiobook and try and get a really early night. Every time I wake up in the morning, I want more sleep. So I may as well. I'm going to get off as early as I can in the morning. I would like to get to the peak before the winds start. I'll probably sign off for now, unless something momentous happens. But I doubt that's going to be the case, so I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. I had a good night. I had a lot of sleep. I still didn't want to get up this morning, but definitely feel a bit more refreshed today. I'm going to get on the road. Next stop is Loxa Lodge, 34 miles, which I'm hoping is going to be open. I don't know why, but my drive chain has got really noisy. overnight. It was okay yesterday, and it's okay in this gear, but listen, if I go up one, why is it so noisy all of a sudden? Must be the chain, I suppose, but I lubed it yesterday, but I doubt that would have done it. That wouldn't make sense. I don't know. Maybe next chance I'll get, I'll clean it and lube it properly. That was great, really nice breakfast. And now there's a store over here. I'm going to go and get some drinks to get me over this pass. And I think head for those hot springs. Right, so we're about to do the climb over Lolo Pass, 5 miles, 430 meters, not too bad. Get that done, and then it's downhill all the way into Missoula. So that's the reward. There's not much of a shoulder here. I think as much as I love riding in this shirt, it's not bright enough. I'm going to switch to this. I feel a bit stupid riding around in this now, and I think it's actually faded. So it's not as bright as it was. Maybe I'll try and find like a yellow or orange shirt. I'll see how I get on with that thing, but I've got to switch. There. See how I get on with this. I'm going to want a shirt, I know I am. Now that was a decent climb, but I feel good. My legs feel good. I'm a little out of breath. But you know, my recovery, I'm sure, is really good. I don't know how you measure it, but if I stop now for 30 seconds, I'll be breathing normally again. So that's got to be a good thing, right? I can see the Montana sign, the border. Grizzly bears. I'm gonna have to pick up some bear spray from somewhere. Right, I'm all checked in. It's a little steep, it's $32, but it is a proper resort. Over the road they've got a restaurant and a bar. The hot springs are over there. There's an indoor outdoor spring. She says the outdoor one's running at 90 degrees. Tonight is back to nature night from 9 o'clock, so I'll be sure to be out of there by then. I'm going to go over and check out those hot springs. This is definitely the way to do it. I said when I was on the GDMBR I wanted to do things slower and see more, and this is kind of the thing that I would have, I don't know, probably not bothered doing, but I seem to be all up for it. I guess the timings work as well, because I want to go and see the ACA headquarters and it's a Sunday, so yeah, it's all working out well. Right, let's go. Okay, I'm all set up. Got a good little spot here. And I've been in the hot springs, as you might have seen. And I've just come back out, and a guy, Pat, who's a subscriber, is here. He's riding eastbound as well, so in the minority like me. We've lost an hour because we've crossed the time zone. So it's 20 to 7 already. I have a few jobs to do. One of which is clean this filthy chain, and I am going to show you, just so you know how ridiculous I am, particularly when I was complaining about it squeaking. I'm spoilt by the pinion gearbox. This is Pat
Say hi, Pat.
Hi, Pat.
We're probably going to ride together for a little while, aren't we?
Yeah, if it
That's
works
the
out.
plan. Yeah, should do. So, yeah, which is nice. I've been on my own for all this time. And you're another eastbounder.
Yeah.
Which there's not many of us out here at the moment, is there?
No, a lot more westbounders, I see.
Yeah. So there we have it. Another day done. That was about 57 miles, 800 and something meters of ascent. I've just been out with Pat for dinner. That was good. He's a very interesting guy, very interesting, and he's a cycling monster compared to me. So tomorrow we're going to get up early, try and get off for about 7, get into Missoula, go and visit the ACA. For now, I'll say goodnight and I'll see you in the morning. It's been a good day. I have enjoyed it. It's nice to be back in Montana, and those hot springs are really nice. It's just, this is what it should be like. This is a good example of how I would like a typical day to be. So, see you in the morning. Good night. Right, we're heading out. I had a good night, but didn't want to get up again. But we're heading out now. We're going to Missoula, where we can get coffee, maybe breakfast, and then go and see the ACA. Here we are, Missoula at the ACA, the headquarters. Let's go and have a look inside. I've asked them if I can film some bits and they said yes, but let's see. This is not my usual thing. I don't know how to approach stuff like this. Vale Wilcox, pretty incredible woman. And this is her bike. She donated it to the ACA. We've got free drinks and free ice cream. Grapefruit. I'm doing that. Yep. This is the cyclist's lounge. Have you had your picture taken yet?
Not yet. These are all the pictures right here. I got my blank card ready to go.
Yeah.
And then we have those sign-in books that go all the way through 23, 24 out on the desk.
Awesome.
So it's great to have people come through who maybe wrote it 20 years ago.
Yeah, when it was
and then they're like, I rode through here, and I'm like, hold on, what was the date? And then I'll like flip this out and be like, is this you?
That's so cool.
And people are just really touched.
I'm gonna have to read a couple of the really old ones to see how different it was then, because it was different before we had GPS and all this stuff, and it was a lot harder.
How did they do it? How did they navigate?
Check this out. This is what the first maps look like. These were all hand drawn.
Oh, wow.
Oh, right, with all the information on the...
Yeah.
Then it kind of turned into this format.
Oh, this is, yeah.
And then it turns into like the format that you have right there.
It's a shame, really, that we don't get to experience it like that now. You could say, right, I'm just gonna get rid of the GPS and do it manually, but we'd be tempted, wouldn't we? We'd get lost or we'd get stuck, and then we'd get the GPS out again.
For me, it's just the confidence of knowing that you're on the right route.
Yeah.
On that, because the last thing, I'm really good at getting lost. And the last thing I want to do is get lost and have to backtrack.
Yeah, exactly.
But it still happens.
Yeah.
But I feel that there's a lot lost too with the digital. Pre-digital, if you were lost, you'd go knock on some farmer's door and be like, am I on the right road here? And then there's this whole connection that you'll never get because you'll just wait for Google to tell you where to go, right?
Yeah.
So there's that. The other thing I see too, there's this whole thing of like plug in your destination and you get to a city that you don't know of, and then it tells you in 20 feet turn left and 30 feet turn right. You've arrived at your destination, and then you look up finally and you're like,
I didn't see anything along
I
the
don't
way.
even know how I
Yeah.
got here.
No.
Whereas the maps make you look at this, look at the landmark, look at that landmark. Yep, we're going in the right direction. So you're just actively taking it all in.
Yeah. So I'm with Jeff from the ACA, and he's telling me about the Eastern Express, which is a diversion.
It's a
Once you're-
diversion of the TransAm.
Yeah, which keeps you north.
It stays north of the TransAm. The original TransAm is down here going through Kansas. The Eastern Express is here.
Yeah.
And the Eastern Express was put together for a couple of reasons. One, to eliminate some of the larger climbs through Colorado, to avoid some of the dogs in Kentucky, which are very famous for
Yeah, I've heard about
the
them.
TransAm. But the pluses that the Eastern Express it was really designed for was to head up north and catch a lot of the rail trails.
Yeah.
CNO, Allegheny, to really just take advantage of some of that bicycle infrastructure,
I
which
am
is
tempted,
neat.
definitely.
So,
Yeah, because we were just saying, I'm tempted because I'd like to experience a rail trail.
Yeah.
And now, having done the first section of this, I definitely like the wider shoulders because it's a bit nerve-wracking on some of these sections. But I'm not, I don't want to avoid the steep climbs. But if it turns out that this route does, I don't know. I'm going to seriously think about it. That's why I'm saying I'm going to seriously think about diverting.
Yeah.
And also, it finishes then in New York.
It does.
Which for me is easier getting back home as well.
Absolutely,
So I can
yeah.
just fly straight from New York. So thank you for the information. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for all of your help. Thanks for the ice cream and the drinks. This is a must stop. You have to stay here. Now I'm going to have my picture taken for the wall. So we're heading back to Lolo, and then we get on the trail to Hamilton. So this was a little diversion off, but well worth it. This stretch from Lolo to Hamilton is like this the whole way alongside the highway on this very bumpy bike path, and we got a headwind. I mean, it's not uphill, so I'm not going to moan, but I want to. Nobody can say this is fun. It's just the way it is. You're going to get some sections like it, aren't you? So I forgot to say, after cleaning the chain properly, the bike's feeling good, sounding good. So it's just me not doing things right. So, lesson learned. This road is going on forever. Scavenging for chain rags. This man has 12 bikes. Yeah, he finds rags at the side of the road and harvests them. I am going to ask for some though. Right, so we're at the Quality Inn. Pat and I are sharing a room here, and we've been met by Bob, this guy here. And Bob has been providing me with loads of information over the last few sections of trail, where to camp, what to avoid, which paths to take. So it's been invaluable, really, really useful. So thank you very much, Bob. And now Bob has met us, and we're going to head out to a brewery, I believe, and we're going to get some food, and Bob has kindly offered to pay for us. How nice is that?
Well, I forgot my wallet.
Always a catch. Right, so we're all checked in, and we're going to go now meet Bob and go out for something to eat to a brewery. But what a great guy. I've said it once, I'll say it again. Thank you, Bob. He gave me, where are they? He saw that I was wearing my rain gear when I was doing laundry, so he's brought me shorts and a t-shirt. How cool is that? Tide. Yep, got bored of trying to find the opening. $3.
So I had to confess to Pat, do I keep singing In the Air Tonight? And it's because he reminds me of Phil Collins, don't you think? I mean, that's a compliment, yeah? Who'd have thought that one day I'd be washing Phil Collins's laundry? Right, well, that's the end of the day. The laundry's in, everything's sorted. Pat's doing some maintenance to his bike. Today was a good day. That last section was, I don't know, you've got to take the rough with the smooth, haven't you? It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't the greatest piece of trail on the TransAm so far. But you know, it can't all be beautiful views and trails. That's just the way it is. 86 miles. Good day. I shall see you tomorrow. And if this is the end of the video, then thank you for watching. I demand that you give it a thumb up, and I demand that you subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.